Hey, Dan?
Yep.
Hey, can I record your last question? I think other people could benefit in the group.
Sure. I don't mind.
Okay, excellent. So what was your last question, Dan, now that you have me here on the phone?
Yeah, so I was just thinking about it. I'd like to become an apartment locator, but specifically, I'd like to specialize in being a locator for the downtown area since the rents are higher and, of course, the commissions are much higher. Can you
Hmm.
kind of give me some pointers on how I might go about doing that?
Yeah, so you're looking to become an apartment locator, but you want to specialize in the downtown market because the commissions are higher. Just so I can, do I have your question correct?
Yep,
So
that's
so
exactly it.
how to you're asking how to get familiar with the downtown market.
Yes.
Awesome. Let me one second here. Can you see my screen?
It's loading. Hang on.
I'm gonna walk you through how to do this on your on. Are you using Smart Apartment Data for your apartment locating database or ALN?
It's smart.
Yeah, I prefer Smart. Okay, cool.
It's really hard to believe sometimes we're gonna make it. Success, money, and power, all that, we're gonna get it. Don't try to be like us, it's better.
I can see it.
Awesome, awesome. So let me walk you through exactly what to do. Right, one sec here. So we're on the search screen. We're on the search page on Smart. Do you see it? Just making sure.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool. So what you want to do, the only real way, Dan, to become an expert in any part of your market is to either manipulate your apartment locating database or manipulate Google Maps, right? So what you want to do is you want to come here, go click on narrow by area or address, and so whatever your market is, if you're in Austin, let's say, you select your market on top. And then whatever area you're trying to, a lot of different markets I've noticed on Smart, whether you're in Nashville, Boston, Austin, all kinds of different cities, they all have a downtown section. So in most markets downtown, you will see higher rents and higher commissions. So it makes sense why you're trying to specialize in downtown. So if you click on the downtown hyperlink, do you see how it gives you an overview sort of on what is considered downtown in the city?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so it's outlined there in red. So this is what's considered downtown, right? So I would recommend always take a look at the hyperlinks and study what is considered to be downtown, right? That way you have an understanding on what downtown truly is. And so, for instance, if you wanted to know where South Central stopped and started, you could click on South Central and then just get an idea of what that is considered. That way, whenever you're looking at a map, you understand what area, what part of the market you're in. So this is the only real way to learn, right, is to manipulate your database. So what you would want to do right now, right, it's very easy, and I get this question a lot, Dan. You're not the only one who has asked me how to specialize in downtown. So select downtown, and then literally just start running random searches until you're comfortable, right? You'll start seeing a pattern, and then you'll quickly understand your market. So I would start with. It depends on if your market has studios or not, but I would start generally with one bedrooms. So filter only for one bedrooms, okay? And then just put in a price point. So you're gonna want to put in. If you're not sure, just do $2,000 for a one bedroom, and then run it. And so you're going to keep on going. You're going to continuously run it and then go back, run it and go back. And the things that you're going to look at is the year built and then the rent. Okay.
So when I do that, am I putting 2,000 as my minimum or my maximum?
You would do 2,000 as the maximum on the right side because that's
Yeah.
what caps it. Yeah, that's a good question. So cap it at 2,000. And then let's see here on the top of the search, the results. You can click on build. You see the titles on the graph. If you click on the top link, it'll filter them.
Okay. Okay.
So click on built renovated. So now this is going to filter it from Class A properties all the way to Class B to Class C, right? So this is how I like to look at things, right? So when I'm going up and down, you know that the newer properties are Class A. So you're quickly in an organized fashion understanding what the Class A are going for all the way to Class C. So let's take a look. Let's just do it together, right? So 2019, 1700. These are the only two factors I want you to pay attention to, is the rent and then the year built. So 2018, 1900. 2016, 1900. Do you see why we selected one bedrooms only? Because if we would have done a 1 to 3 bedrooms, the range would have been it would have been such a big range you can't get an understanding. Does that make sense?
Yes. Makes total sense.
Okay, so then just keep on going down the list, and there's no other way to do this. This is the only way you're going to become an expert. There's no secret, you know? So then 2016, 1900, 2016, 1700, 2014, 1900. So you see how they're starting to blend in around 17 to 1900 to 2000?
Yeah, I see that.
So 2014, 1800, 2013, 1200. And once we get into '09, then it'll start turning into Class B, right? And there's no set year on when properties are classified A, B, or C. It's just a rule of thumb, you know what I mean? Just generally speaking.
Okay, I was just going to ask you because I didn't see any Class A, Class B, Class C. Okay, that explains it.
Yeah, it's more of like a general thing that's going on, and a general term in real estate. So 2013, 1700, 2013, 1900. So I'm seeing a lot of 1700 to 2000 for a one bedroom if it's downtown. 2013, 1791. So now we're going to Class B. Do you see how it dropped? We saw 1700 a lot. You see how it's in the 1600s?
Yeah.
So when that happens, now you know that if someone truly wants a Class A one bedroom downtown, it's not going to be any cheaper than 1700 because you just ran the search. You see?
Understood.
And so now if a client asks you, hey, I'm looking for like, $1,600, $1,500, $1,600 for a one bedroom downtown, now you can tell them it's only going to be Class C or Class B because you understand that.
Yep.
So let's go down. So 09, 1600, 09, 1800, and look, some of the Class Bs are still 1800. It might be because of the location. Location's a big factor downtown.
Okay.
But the first thing I want you to do is what we're doing right now. So manually go through this list, and then you'll have an understanding on what the Class A, what the Class B, what the Class C one bedrooms are going for. So that's the first step. Is to do that, right? The second thing to become a downtown specialist, once you understand the market like this, you obviously need an idea of the popular spots and the map in Austin. So I wouldn't stress too much on understanding all the popular locations downtown, because a lot of the times when clients ask about downtown, they're very location or street specific, right? They're like, I want to be on Rainy, or I want to be on Red River, and when you first start off, you don't know what they're talking about,
Uh-huh.
So whenever that happens, don't stress out like you need to know every street name. What you do want to understand quickly is the classification, how new someone can get a property, and for what rent for the one bedrooms. Because even if they ask you, hey, I really want to be in Red River downtown, and you don't know what Red River Street is, it's okay. You ask them, yeah, no problem. What's your budget? And they go, around 1700. And then you can go, yeah, okay, we can definitely include, Red River for 1700. You can get a Class A in the 1700s. So then you just run the search, and if someone is usually that'll just kind of be the answer. You don't need to actually, communicate about the specific street. Just say like, okay, what's your budget? And continue on with the guest card. Does that make sense?
Got it. Yep.
And so eventually, it's very rare, but if you've got a client that's like super specific on like the street, what you can do is let's jump on inside of one of these properties here. And you can basically what we're doing is utilize your database to think for you. So when you're on the phone with them, click on, let's try this. Let's go under narrow by area or street address. We'll go to the street tab, and then we'll type in Red River. And then let's clear all of these filters off. I just want to see if it pulls it up.
Okay.
Oh, cool, it does. Okay. So it just moved. So if you don't know, if someone says, I want to be on Congress, and you have no idea where that is, but you discuss that they need to be downtown, just because you're going through the basic guest card, type in whatever the street name is right here. So I would never say you don't know, right? Always
Right.
go, always go. Oh, okay. So, for instance, we got a client. Hey, you're going through the guest card. I want to be downtown. Awesome. What's your budget? 1,800 for a one bedroom. Awesome. That's really cool. Is there anywhere in specific? And they go, yeah. Do you know where Congress Street is? Like, I'd really like to be around Congress. You go, yeah, yeah, yeah. So never say no. Say, yeah. Give me one quick second here, and then just
Okay.
really quickly, yeah, really quickly type in Congress. Let's pretend we don't know what Congress is. We hit
Okay.
save, then just run the search. You see, and so now we're getting Congress. So now you have all these properties that are within the same location. So you can go, yeah, there's actually 7 apartments. And that took, how long did that just take us? 6 seconds. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you go, yeah, absolutely. While they're on the phone, you go, yeah, there's about 7 apartments right off of Congress, right, South Congress, and a lot of them are brand new. And then you just start talking about the options, and you go, and one of them's actually doing a month free off of Congress. So if you know what Society SoCo is, I can send you that listing over. They're doing 1 month free on a 13-month lease, and their studio start at $1,285 actually. And see, so all you're doing is you're just going over the results real quick. And it makes you seem over the phone like you're this super expert. Does that make sense? And so
Yeah.
you're going, hey, by the way, client, you're like, out of the 7 apartments off of South Congress, most of them don't even offer studios. There's actually only 2 apartments out of the 7 that offer studios. And you see, do you see where I'm seeing that, or should I explain it?
I do see it, but if you want to explain, that's fine too.
Do you see where it says 0?
Mm-hmm.
0 means it's a studio.
Oh, so like, okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah, so 0 means it's a studio. So I had no idea that there were 7 apartments on South Congress. I just know how to find answers to stuff,
Got it.
But to the client, you paused for 6 seconds, typed in Congress, and now you know everything about everything there is to know about apartments. Do you see?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you tell them, there's 7 apartments there. There's actually only 2 of them that even offer studios. Most of them offer 1 bedrooms, and the studios are actually as low as $1,285. And then you can go, there's one that's doing a month free. There's only one that's doing a month free. Do you want to check it out? And they go, yeah, of course. And so you tell them, you shoot them over all, 7 options, and that's it. So the thing is, it doesn't have to be hard. This job doesn't have to be hard, but you do want to understand where your resources are, and you want to understand how to truly manipulate your database. Because if you go in here and you don't know how to use your database, and a client asks you, hey, I need to be on South Congress for this price, it's very easy to freeze up on the phone, and then now your job becomes harder, and you're not going to make money. Does that make sense?
Exactly. I could see that happening.
Yeah, and it happened to me for the first year. People would throw all these street names, and I would kind of freeze up because I wasn't familiar. But over time, you start understanding how to manipulate your database, and you go, yeah, 1 second, I know where Red River is, and you just type it in, even though you don't know where it is. Hit run search. Yeah, there's actually 3 right off of Red River. So now the Beverly, North 40, Shanti, right? And if you want to see if there's any more properties, just click on any one of these detail pages, and then go to the tab nearby properties with the little eye. You see it? And so these will show you other properties that are very close to the ones that are on Red River. So
Got it.
yeah, so for instance, it's, because you don't want to shoot people. If someone said Red River to me, I'm not going to show them only 3 apartment options, right? And some of these don't even pay that high, like 750, 50%. So what I would do is, there's 3 apartments off of Red River. You want me to shoot you a list of a few other, like, super close by, like less than a mile options as well? And they go, sure. So then you click in here, you go to nearby properties, and then you select, the ones that are close. And it's always they're organized the closest to the property you selected. You see how it shows you the proximity to the left?
Oh. Okay, that is pretty smart. Yeah.
Yeah, so then you know that you have 3, so then just select up to 10. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And then you'd go back, and you see how it adds them to your list, and then you select the other 2. So now you've got 10 properties here, right? And then look, most of these pay 100%, $1,500, $1,000, 100%. 100%'s like, look at this. If you lease the 2-bedroom here at 100%, that's $3,000. This one's over $3,000. So select all of those. I always like to when I send over an email, I always like to reference the special. So within the email, I go, "Hey, Residences at Saltillo, whatever this property is actually doing a month free. So keep an eye on this one, right?" And then a lot of the times they will lease in an apartment that's within their location, which it is because you just did the search, and they'll lease the one that's like a month free. And because remember, in the course I talk about how newer always closes better. So the 2019 we already know is Duck Hunters. It's going to close more than the 1959. So this one's 2019. It's new. It'll close more, and they're doing 1 month free. So if this was a real client trying to lease around Red River, I bet they would go to Residences at Saltillo with a month free. And if they leased, a 2 or 3 bedroom, it's 100%. So that could be $2,000 or $3,000 on the fly.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what will separate an apartment locator. It's easy to make 6 figures in this business, but you have to work smart, or nothing's going to work.
Right.
Because it's also easy to freeze up, not know what you're doing, not type in Red River, you're not utilizing the nearby property tab, and now you've made $0 where you could have made $2,000 or $3,000. So
yeah, I probably would have frozen up.
That's okay.
When they mentioned a suit that I was not familiar with, and probably would have offered only the 750 listings.
Yeah, that's okay. And like I said, I was doing that too. It takes you a while, but you saw how easy it is to when you truly understand how to manipulate, how to run a search. And I've been doing this for a while, so I do it kind of fast. Actually, I would have done it faster. I'm just explaining things to you, so it's a little bit slow. But you see how quick you can really get to the bottom of stuff. So the point is to be detailed when you go over your guest card questions, and be very particular with location and everything that's on the guest card that I share with you. Ask them, so that way you can put in filters and then really quickly narrow down the most relevant list for them. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Awesome, man.
Sweet. I appreciate that, Pierre.
Yeah, thanks for letting me record that so other people can benefit as well.
I forgot you were recording. Yeah, that's cool too.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Dan.
No problem.